Thanks so much for being with us tonight. We have some major things that we want to introduce you to and share with you. It's a pleasure to have you part of our PMF Pulse for Life family. But this is the latest release of our newest technology that we've been working to put together to bring to you to help you drive more revenue in your practice to achieve greater results. Tonight with us, we've got Jeff Evers. Jeff has joined us about 3.5, 4 months ago. He's been years in practice management and involved in the management side, the purchasing side for various clinics. And so he understands the whole concept of what the office environment is all about and what you have to go through to generate revenue and how valuable your time is. So what I would like for you to do, Jeff, is kind of take us on the roll side here, give us a little bit of what's happening. This call is being recorded, so when we are done tonight, folks, we're going to forward it to you so you can go back and listen to it again. So, Jeff, I want to turn it over to you.
Okay, thanks, Jim. Appreciate it much. And again, welcome everybody to the broadcast tonight. Like Jim said, my background, I spent 10 years in practice management, contract with several different docs, run clinics. And of course, I've known Mr. McBride for years. And when I had an opportunity to come on board with him with this new technology, I just couldn't turn it down. I'm excited about this. I mean, more than anybody could even imagine. And before I get started, I want to do the old disclaimer that systems that we're talking about are not intended to diagnose, cure, treat, or prevent any disease. And now that I got that out of the way, let's talk about what we're going to be doing tonight. One of the first things that kind of hit me when Jim first came to me with this new business model, said, Jeff, here's what I've got. Man, I got excited right away because I knew our country was at risk. Our healthcare system is sick. I mean, you think about it. Our healthcare system doesn't engage until people, get sick. Well, back in the 50s and 60s, that healthcare system worked because most of the healthcare back then was acute. You actually had, people would get sick and then they diagnose them, they treat them, and they would either get better or they would die. But today, all of our diseases are chronic. They're complex, and so today we got 100 million people that are suffering from pain every day, chronic pain. We got 77 million people who are obese. We got 40 million people who have sleeping disorders. We got 50 million people who have some sort of Alzheimer's, depression, Parkinson, dementia, PSTD. In 1960, we spent 5.1% of our gross domestic product on healthcare. In 2013, we spent 17.4%. And we're racing to 20%. If we don't get this thing fixed, our kids and our kids' kids are going to suffer the consequences. They're going to have lesser lifestyles than what we have. And so we've got to figure out how to fix this problem, and you can't fix it thinking in the same manner in which we did when we created. So we can't expect the politicians to fix it. We can't expect the healthcare providers who are deeply entrenched in the healthcare, minutia to fix it. It's got to be people outside the box. So what a whole bunch of doctors, a whole bunch of scientists have all got together, and they just set a mission to say, we got to fix this system by thinking outside the box. And what I think is great is that, because of our relationship and our partnerships with different organizations, we've got doctors, we got scientists that have been really working around the clock to come up with a fix. And what they've done, whether you talk about, converging quantum physics with biology, or talking about gene expressions at the cellular level, or doing the research on deficiencies, one of the things that they uncovered, and this is where the technology that we're going to talk about tonight is called heat acclimation. And all of a sudden, when Jim started explaining to me what heat acclimation is and the benefits of heat acclimation, it was like, this could be exactly what we're looking for. This could actually fix our healthcare system. And Rhonda Patrick, PhD, she kind of coined a phrase called hyperthermic conditioning. And basically what it is if you just increase your core temperature for short periods of time, you can have some dramatic health improvements that just knock your socks off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Jim go ahead and cover the details of what hyperthermic conditioning is, so you can really see, the power of that particular technology. And then we're going to show you how you can use that technology to help people get better, help them stay better, and also put some good money in your pocket. And so I'm going to turn it over to Jim.
Thanks, Jeff. Hyperthermic conditioning is not something new. It's been around for a long, long time. It's just, how do you perfect it so that you can maximize it and minimize the use but maximize the results? Hypothermic conditioning is really designed to stimulate and improve the central nervous system. Some of the things that you can do with it is you can reduce the risk of diabetes. Hypothermic conditioning reduces blood sugar level and increases insulin sensitivity by 30%. It also reduces blood pressure up to 15%, and it has a positive effect on hypertonic regulation troubles. It also prevents protein aggregation and will boost the repair of damaged protein. The increased BDNF, which is increased brain-derived neurotrophic factors, help to protect against neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, Huntington, and dementia. Why we need hypothermic conditioning. Heating the body core helps asthma, bronchitis, COPD. It influences the gas exchange. It also decreases cardiovascular disease up to 50%. It increases the growth of new brain cells. It will increase the synthesis of brain-derived neurotrophic factors by over 300%. Why do we heat the core? Because it restores the young levels in the BDNA of the aging brain up to 300%. It supports the growth of brain cells and decreases brain cell autophagy and helps in anorexia and bulimia, obsessive compulsive disorders, and depression. Why do we heat the core? Because it increases norepinephrine by 310% and prolactin levels by as much as 1,000%. This is conditioning that helps the brain function faster, increases focus and attention. Why are we heating the core? Because it helps to repair cancer-causing DNA mutations. Hyperthermic conditioning triggers and stimulates heat shock proteins, which helps to get rid of those cancer DNA mutations. Hypothermic conditioning increases beta endorphins, which helps in drug addictions and psychological dependence. Stress, as you know, causes physical symptoms in 74% of the people. Hypothermic conditioning reduces stress and increases the production of your brain's neurotransmitters and endorphins. Heat increases flexibility by 205%. How can it do it? Well, the warmer the muscles are, the connective tissues and tendons, the greater the performance and flexibility. It increases growth hormones up to 1,600%. Heating the core or hypothermic conditioning stimulates the growth of muscle, lean body mass, and decreases, let me say that again, decreases body fat. It increases delivery of nutrients and performance to muscle glycogen up to 50%. Glycogen preserves energy to provide and power the muscles. Hypothermic conditioning increases muscle regrowth by over 30%. Muscles atrophy, let's regrow them, let's build them back up. Hypothermic conditioning increases fitness endurance up to 32%. Why do we heat the core? It helps to improve sleep. Sleep is suggested to repair fatigue and to enhance the memory consolidation. 40 million Americans suffer from over 70 different sleep disorders. If you can relax the body and heat the core, you can increase the body's ability to sleep. Heating the core, hypothermic conditioning helps in weight management. 37% of women and 35% of men are obese. 7 in 10 adults are overweight or obese. How do we get rid of it? Hyperthermic conditioning increases the brain derivative neuropic factors. It stimulates and reduces obesity and decreases appetite. Lack of BDNF can cause significant problems, including increased appetite and severe obesity. 180% people achieve greater weight loss, and 460% have greater body fat loss through hyperthermic conditioning. If we increase the core, the body temperature helps to regulate the body weight. The body temperature core is associated with weight management, weight gain, and obesity. Why do we heat the core? The body chemistry plays a key role in controlling caloric energy imbalances. It regulates thermogenesis, which is found to suppress the appetite and control the burning of fat. Why do we heat the core? Increased heat shock proteins extend your lifespan up to 30%. Did you know that? I didn't. The FOXO3 gene increases your chances by 270% to live to be 100 years. Dr. Gordon talks all the time. We want to live to be 120. That FOXO3 gene increases our chances by 270% to live to 100 years of age. Why do we heat the core? We heat the core because it's the best way to achieve hypothermic conditioning. What is hypothermic conditioning? Hypothermic conditioning is achieved through an infrared thermofusion pod. This is called the cocoon for life. I want you to pay close attention, if you will, right now to the picture. And I want you to notice that the head is outside of the pod. There's a reason for that, and we're going to go into that in just a minute. Here's some of the features of that thermofusion pod. We've incorporated into it dry heat, infrared heat, vibration massage, jade mats, halotherapy, an ergonomic contour bed, aromatherapy, an enriched air system, ambient lights, a cool face air system, a very unique body chamber with a comfort contour mat that sits on a very unique floor pedestal with a comfort headrest pillow. Why did we do all of these things? Well, there's an important reason. If you notice the picture on the left, we have dual infrared heat systems. You see the dots in the middle. That's a dry heat system. On the right-hand side, again, you can see the dual infrared heat systems. Why did we go to infrared heat? Infrared heat, the way that this is designed, is to produce what we call near infrared heat rays, medium range infrared heat rays, and far range infrared heat rays. Why did we do it? Well, the near deals with your cell health, your immunity, the wound healing, skin purification, pain relief. The mid deals with pain relief, improved circulation, weight loss, and the far deals with weight loss, detoxification, blood pressure reduction, and relaxation. Dry heat. Why did we go to dry heat? Because dry heat projects to the body a special formulation with infrared heat, which allows us to heat the system up to 180 degrees. So we basically get a double whammy. We've also added vibration therapy and a very unique ergonomic contour bed with vibration massage. So if you're working with somebody with lower extremity inflammation, that they're not getting good circulation to the lower extremities, and all you want to do is vibrate the lower extremities, we have two controls. You can do just the lower extremities, or you can do just the upper, or you can do them both, and we'll show you more there. Why is vibration therapy so important? We've designed this with two different motors so that we can do the upper body, the lower body, both at the same time, and we can create deep waves like you're laying on water, which allows the body to get a very deep, delicate, deep tissue massage. But why is vibration important? Because we have found that vibration therapy can reduce pain by up to 70%. Now think about what I just said. Vibration therapy. When you use your PMF machine, you are also using vibration through a pulse. So vibration therapy and PMF are phenomenal when in use conjunction with each other. We've designed what we call a cool face air system. When I asked you to pay attention to the first photo with the head outside of the chamber, outside of the pod, the reason for that is because the dual fans on the left and the right help keep the face cool. Why is that important? It's important because the studies that we've done have demonstrated that keeping the head cool leads to considerable improvement in the whole body submaximal in the warm environment. In other words, if we can keep the head cool, the hypothalamus gland does not overheat. So it doesn't send the signal to the body that says, oh body, you're hot. When the body is in a chamber that's enclosed for heat or for steam, if you've ever been in a sauna or a steam room, and the temperature becomes too hot, 140, 150 degrees, the minute that hypothalamus gland overheats, it says to the body, I'm hot, get me out. What we've done here is we're keeping the hypothalamus gland cool by blowing fresh, cool air on the side of the face so that the body can take more heat, which allows us to raise the temperature to heat the core. We've also used a pure jade mat, 96 smooth stones. Why did we use jade? Because jade is a natural conductor of far infrared rays. It allows for deeper penetration. But we've added some extra things. We've also added there at the top, that pink stone is a Himalayan salt stone. We've got a cool fan that pulls the salt air through, and we've got aromatherapy. A lot of people have used halotherapy, the salt stones, and aromatherapy for years. It's just one extra little twist that we've added to it. The picture on the right, you can see the omnium lights. Those are designed to help keep the bed cool and comforting. We've also added a cool bed chamber. If you notice on the right, the contour comfort mat, why is that used? Well, if somebody's got a low back problems, you can put it underneath the low back. If you've got somebody that's 6 foot, 5, 7 foot, put it under their knees, and the bend in the knees allows them to fit into the pod comfortably. We've also got a floor pedestal stand that comes with it. All of this is designed to make it comfortable, attractive, and very effective. Here's a picture of the control panel. Very simple to run, easy to operate. If you look at the picture on the bottom right, it's got upper vibration, lower vibration, an on-off switch, an infrared adjustment. You can set the temperature and time, and you've got airspeed for the face to keep the fan running on the face. Right now, all of the people that we have that are using the cocoon use it with their clothes on for 10 minutes. We set it for 125 degrees. If they want to get into a deep inner core heat to provide for burning of fat and weight loss, then they set it for 155 degrees for 20 minutes. And they get into one of the little detox suits that we have, and they wear their swimming suits and get into the detox suit. And I got to tell you, the sweat is like none other that you've ever seen. It is a very nice detox, and the sweat is almost slimy because it pulls a deep tissue detox out of the person. Some of the add-on options that we've got into the cocoon that we built in is oxygen therapy. And I got to tell you, our add-on options are true game changers. If you notice on the bottom right of that picture, you can see where the oxygen hose is plugged into that port. On the picture on the left, if you decide that you didn't want to use that port to blow it through the two cooling fans, somebody could actually lay with an oxygen mask over the face and breathe additional oxygen to get into the system while they're laying in the cocoon and relaxing. Some of the benefits of oxygen therapy are it increases the blood oxygen saturation, which oxidizes the pathogens and boosts energy. Disease is anaerobic, so decreases demand on the immune system, and it facilitates the production of ATP. Another one of our add-on options, ozone therapy. Another game changer. Why did we add ozone therapy? We know the benefits of what ozone does for viruses and bacteria. What we've done is we've actually designed a ozone body bag that you simply lay in. It zips closed around the neck. You can see there right by his left cheek where the hose is plugged into the port, where they actually lay in the cocoon for the 10, 15, 20 minutes with the ozone going at the same time. If you want oxygen too, you certainly can while you're doing the infrared heat and the vibration, and you're getting all of it in that 10, 15, 20-minute session. What does ozone therapy do? Why is it so important? It's probably the most powerful natural oxidant in the world. It stimulates the immune system. It has extraordinary benefits as being anti-infective and antiviral. It has virtually no toxicity for prevention and treatment of all sorts of infections and viral afflictions. Ozone works by puncturing the membrane of the bacteria, causing it to spill its contents and die. It inactivates viruses and does so 10 times faster than chlorine. It's very safe and easy to use. PMF therapy. The benefits of PMF. Unbelievable. You simply lay your PMF mat inside the cocoon, set your timer on your machine for 10 minutes, push the button, let it go. If you need to run it for 20 minutes, do it again. Again, this is a game changer. We had a gal, I got to share a couple stories with you while we're here. We had a gal come in yesterday from Salt Lake City. I'm in Sioux City, Iowa, remember. She came in, went to memorial service. She has 2 ruptured discs. Her back pain at age 26 is unbelievable. She wanted to try the PMF. So what we did is we put her on the mat inside the pod for 10 minutes with the vibration, the PMF going. She got up after 10 minutes and her pain was totally gone. She said, I want to lay on my side and see what it feels like. So we took the mat out of the pod. We put it on the therapy table, had her lay on her hip, on her side, on the mat for 10 minutes. And again, she was blown away. Her dad says, this is unbelievable. Put it back in the pod. I want to lay on it for 10 minutes. So again, they've got their clothes in there. They're laying on it. The body gets warm, but they don't sweat. They don't overheat. But the effectiveness with the PMF and the vibration of that mat is unbelievable. One more story. We have a gentleman working with one of our doctors in North Dakota. He had an accident, broke his neck. They told him he'd be paralyzed the rest of his life and never walk. The doctor's been using PMF therapy on him, taking it into his facility. And the other day they had him up and walking in a walker. And everybody has told him, all of the specialists, that he would never walk. So PMF, folks, has some phenomenal benefits to it. As you can see here in the slide, that it helps neurological, physiological, and psychological repair to the damaged and diseased tissues. It reduces pain, inflammation, and accelerates bone healing. It assists in detoxification, and it promotes faster healing. And the question that people always say, Jim, what does PMF not do? You know what? I have not found anything that PMF does not do. When you take your PMF and you add to it the vibration and the core heat that you can generate from this cocoon, I'm going to tell you the results are magnified tenfold. Basically, with the cocoon, you've got one-stop health and wellness device. Jeff, I want to turn it back over to you for a minute, and I want you to run through some of these numbers for these guys and what we've put together to make this thing affordable and easy.
Oh, you bet, Jim. Thanks much. And I tell you what, there's a lot of information just give out, and I'm excited that we got this recorded because we're all going to want to rewatch it and rewatch it and rewatch it. Kind of, if you look at this, guys, we take hypothermic conditioning, you add oxygen, you add ozone, you add PMF. What you really have is you actually have something that would change people's lives. Those 4 different therapies is what is in the Cocoon for Life, the pod itself. And then we're going to show you with some of our marketing systems that we've put together how you can actually set up a steady flow of new patients coming into your clinic on a daily basis. And what we've done is if we've kind of went off and looked at the marketplace, and obviously you're going to be able to market this based upon what your market will bear. But what I did here is I just did a real simple illustration based upon 20-minute sessions and only looked at a $30 fee for 20 minutes. And I really do believe that in some of your markets, you could be looking at $40, $50 for a 20-minute session and maybe even more. But as you look at this slide here, guys, just it says, okay, you got a cocoon fee per session, $30 for 20 minutes. And this is just based upon, let's just say you run 5 sessions per day. And once you understand about the workshops that we've got, and again, once you get a hold of all the marketing systems that we're putting together, you're going to start to realize every patient that comes into your clinic needs to be exposed to this pod. Everybody can benefit from this. And so if all you did is average just 5 sessions a day, 5 days a week for only 40 weeks, just that one little 5-session deal runs you $30,000 in cash flow for the year. If you run 10 sessions a day, it runs out to $60,000. And again, I would recommend everybody add PMF, everybody add ozone, everybody add oxygen, add more therapies because these are wellness products. Remember, our goal is to get people healthy and keep them healthy. And so if you ran somebody with a cocoon of $30 for 20 minutes, and let's say you added on PMF and ozone and oxygen, that'd be a $90 session for 20 minutes. Obviously, not everybody's going to do that, but the potential's there. Okay, so as you can look at the illustration, what I did is say, even if we just ran 5 sessions per day per pod, okay, and when the pod's only going to cost you $30 or $300 for the month, that's a pretty good. That's an excellent return. So for basically $300 a month, you're making $30,000 a year. And that's only based on 5. If you look at it, let's say you run it out and you run 10, that's a $60,000 return on a $300 a month investment. And what if you ran it out and you added some more therapies? You're talking about 180,000. In fact, as I ran the numbers, I got like a 6-pod spa that, a business plan we're putting together. Each pod should generate about $8,500 a month in cash flow. And again, we'll be rolling this out to you. But what we've got going, this is our price. Our price is, it's $300 a month. Get you this pod. You will cash flow from day one. There will be no out of pocket for this. The leasing company might require you to, pay your first month lease down. We will rebate that first month payment back to you. So there's no out of pocket. You don't have any cash due until 30 days after the pod's into your clinic. And we will come in. We will help you, do some workshops. Our goal is to, the first day you have the pod, to have a workshop, bring in your patients, explain to them heat acclimation and hyperthermic conditioning and all the added value that comes on with these game changer add-ons that we've got. And our goal is to have you, sell, 12 session programs to your patients. But again, $300 a month. No out of pocket. It's almost like how do you say no to this? Okay. I mean, when I had my clinic, I had therapy rooms that were basically dormant. We had open bay areas that weren't generating any cash. All of a sudden, this is 22 square foot at a $300 a month investment, and it can bring you in $8, $10, $15,000 a month. This is a pretty cool, and it helps a lot of people. So we're excited about this. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this back to Jim. We're here to help you. Again, we got the right product, got the right technology, we got the right team, got the right marketing system. So we're just excited. And I'm going to turn it back to you, Jim, to close it off.
Thanks, Jeff. One of the things that we've really tried hard to do, and again, keep in mind, we have everybody out there in the industry, no matter what their modalities, what their technologies. We get calls all the time. People asking us, would you help us market our products? Would you help us do this? Would you help us do that? And we take a look at everybody. We look at everything that they've got. We look at it from the standpoint of, number one, ease of use, affordability, but bottom line, what are the results? Is the technology going to get the results that we see with the PMF? Is the technology going to deliver on an affordable cost that allows you to generate maximum income for minimal out of pocket? And so we've really taken a strong look at this. Now what's happening is the cocoons that we've got out there, we're having to move them into permanent facilities because we have so many people telling other people what they're doing and what's happening with them that they're saying, how can I get this person in? I have these 3 people that want to come in. So we don't have now in our facilities alone enough space to house our cocoons. So we're having to move them now off into individual spaces where we can allow more people to get in and get access to them. Some people come in for 10 minutes and lie in them with their clothes, set it for 125 degrees and sit there and relax. Go back to work. They've got energy to burn. It's unbelievable. And how they're sleeping is phenomenal. Some people say, look, I want to inner core heat. I want to lose some weight. I want to burn some calories. I want to detox. I want to get rid of my back pain. I had a gentleman come in the other day that had a torn rotator. His shoulder was killing him. I put him on the mat, put the mat right under his shoulder, across his upper body, had him lay on it for 20 minutes. And every 10 minutes, I'd hit the PMF machine. 20 minutes later, he got out and he goes, oh my gosh, my shoulder doesn't hurt at all. The doctors told me if I didn't start doing something, I was going to have surgery. He said, this is unbelievable. He called me last Friday and he said, when can I do it again? I'm ready to go. So again, we've tried to come up with some technology that's very unique that nobody else has. You don't have to worry about who you're going to compete with. You can be the first. And we've invited a select few to tonight's call. Again, this will be recorded. We will email it to you. And if you have any questions, there's the email address and the phone number. If it's after hours, you call the phone number. That phone is forwarded to one of us. So we are here at any time to take your calls, whether you get Jim or Jeff or Andrew or Chris. Any one of us. So we're all available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Sometimes we may sleep and put it on mute for a little bit, but bottom line is that we're here to help you. So what we've tried to do is to help you put together something that would help benefit you in your practice to help you generate revenue. We know you need more, and we want you to be the best, and we want you to have the best. So we would consider if you take a few minutes of your time, take a real strong look at the cocoon and see all the benefits that this will generate and do for not only for you, but for your patients. So Jeff, thank you very much. We want to thank you all for being with us tonight.